In 1848, the Honourable Richard Cavendish married the heiress to this house, who was the daughter of the Harts, who owned the place. And during that time, he had the house redecorated, some parts redone, and a hall built into the center of the house, which had an open courtyard, and this hall was built in such a way that he could have a staircase made where the staircase ran along. By the bottom of the floor was a beautiful stained glass window. In that window he had all the coats of arms of the people who had lived in this house and who had owned this house from 1460 right up to the time that he inherited it, or by his marriage to his wife, who was the last heiress. Now, the first window depicts the coat of arms of Robert Ingleton, who was Chancellor of the Exchequer to Edward IV. And his coat of arms is a silver field with a sable chevron and 3 tons, 2 and white, 1, with their bungholes ignited. A canting coat of arms, ignited tons, or Ingleton. Oh. The second coat of arms is the same, with a shield superimposed upon it, showing that whoever he married, or whoever his mother was, she was an heiress within her own right. And the shield is also a silver field with 3 griffins, Asia, blue, in a field of crosslet, Fichy. The third one is the shield of Ingleton's first wife, which is a shield with his coat of arms on his right hand and hers on his left.
Right.
Now, his coat of arms is as usual. That's the silver field with the 3 tons and the sable chevron. Ingleton, ignited ton. It's what they call a canting coat of arms. Hers is a sable field with 2 lions, passant gardant. That means they are walking by, but they are looking at you. So they are walking by, but they're still on guard. They're watching you. Instead of going like that straight, they're looking and they're walking on.
Okay.
The second shield is another one of his on the right and his second wife, Clement Beaumont, on the left. A sable field made of fur with a lion rampant. You see, it's up and it's looking at you. It's rampant with a tail. That shield should only have 6 crescents, 2 and 2 and 2. But wrongly they have put a number of crescents in. Now this Clement Beaumont comes from the north. The Ingletons had property up in Yorkshire. That's his second wife. The third wife, shield is his again on the right and hers on the left. A shield made of ermine. So it's a fur. Ermine with a red chevron and 3 lions' heads, gold, with fleur-de-lis issuing from their mouths. The 6th shield is a quarterly shield. These shields came into use round about the 1475s. And the 1st and the 4th quarters are the most important, therefore they are his. 1st and 4th. The 2nd and the 3rd must either be his wife or his mother's, and they are not so important as the 1st and the 4th. And they are the 3 griffins in a field of crosslet fichy on a silver field. That shield belonged to George Ingleton, who owned the place from 1472 to 1494, and then to his son Robert, who owned the place from 1494 to 1507, some such time. Robert died, so did his wife Anne Empson, leaving a little girl, Jane. Jane was too young to run the estate herself, so she was made a ward in Chancery. That means that somebody else would run the estate for her. And these very important and very valuable estates, the king used to sell to the highest bidder. And whoever bought the wardship had the privilege of using her money. They also had the privilege of arranging the marriages of the wards. Her wardship was sold several times. People got tired of looking after a little girl, and the last one who bought her wardship was Bradshaw and Bodley. Now, Bodley had a young nephew, Humphrey Tyrrell, who was the 3rd son of his sister Elizabeth, who had married one of the Essex Tyrrells. And so she, an heiress in her own right, could put her coat of arms or her escutcheon onto her husband's coat of arms. Now, her husband's coat of arms was a silver field within a border engrailed red. You see, the border is like this, with 2 blue chevrons. That's the coat of arms of the Tyrrells, Tyrrells of Essex. And then her coat of arms is the same as Robert Ingleton. Silver field, 3 tons, with the bungholes ignited, and a chevron. The Tyrrells owned this place from 1519 to 1755. It went from father to son, right down, until it came to the last of the Tyrrells, who had the last baronet, who was the 8th baronet, and who had 2 sons and 1 daughter. And the 2 sons died within his own lifetime, leaving the property to his daughter. She married Cotton, the Reverend William Cotton. Now, the Reverend William Cotton's coat of arms was a silver field, as you see it there, a sable bend from right to left, and 3 rondelles, which means 3 black balls, 2 and 1. She, being an heiress within her own right, could put her escutcheon or shield onto his, which you see is the Tyrrell shield. And if your wife is an heiress within her own rights, she can have a coat of arms on yours. But your coat of arms, the one of higher rank, must always be on the right. But when we are looking at it, it's on our left.
Right.
You see, but you're holding the shield on your right, left. They had one daughter, Elizabeth, who married Thomas Shepherd. Now, Thomas Shepherd's shield was a blue or azure field with 3 silver fleur-de-lis, 2 and 1. And then there was a gold chevron with 3 red mullets. They had 9 children, 4 sons and 5 daughters. The eldest girl married the Lowndes, who owned property in Buckinghamshire. The second girl, Elizabeth. And then there were the 4 sons. 3 of them died, leaving the 4th son. So when Sir Thomas Shepherd died, his son, which was the 4th son, got the property. Now, the next shield, that number 4, is his son's shield, which is like his father's. The blue field, the gold chevron, the 3 red mullets on it, and then the 3 fleur-de-lis silver, 2 and 1. And then in the honor piece, you see the center, the little center, is a silver shield with the red hand of Ulster.
Yes.
That was an honor that was given to them by the Stuart kings. James I, James Charles I, and so on, because he put money into Ulster, into Ireland. That's where all the trouble started. He had married Anne Turner. That's her black. The black shield is the sable, the shield made of fur. And she has a silver chevron it's an ermine chevron between 3 gold, I forget what they call those. They only owned the place for about 4 years, and she died and he died. So the property went then to his second sister, Elizabeth. Elizabeth, who married Hart, the blue field with the gold chevron and the 3 mullets, and there's 3 gold fleur-de-lis. She has 3 gold fleur-de-lis. His shield is a silver shield with 3 gold fleur-de-lis in a diamond shaped, in a little diamond. They only had one daughter, Maria Margaret Hart, who married the Honourable Richard Cavendish, the youngest branch of the Devonshire family. So his field is on the right, is the fur again, the sable field within a border silver. And on the sable field is 3 stag's head cabossed. That means they're staring at you. 2 and 1. And her shield, her coat of arms is on the left, which is the silver field with the 3 fleur-de-lis within the diamond